Welcome back, our football fanatics, to another episode of NFL Twincast, NFL Twin Take. Cory, what do I got here? And wait, can you read this for me? What does this say?
I don't know. You're not showing.
Oh, what does that say?
Cubs still suck.
Cubs still suck. And why do I have this broom? I'm not Cinderella. No, not Cinderella here. It's because we're kicking you to the curb. There's a sweep, baby. There's a new big brother in Chicago. Trust the Sox says Chicago White Sox swept the Cubs in great fashion. I'm excited for baseball, as you can tell, and for the tides to turn. Go White Sox. Sorry, scrubs. So that's why I have that. One more question, Cory. Why am I wearing this fantastic EIU Jimmy Garoppolo jersey?
I'm going to ask why you're screaming in my ear.
Oh, I'm a little excited after the Sox just ran circles around that, minor league T-ball baseball team last night. But the reason I have this Jimmy Garoppolo jersey on is because we're getting into the top 5 quarterbacks ranked by Madden, and it is thievery that Jimmy G was not in top 10. No, okay, maybe not yet. But the reason I'm wearing
Was
this...
he a top 5 quarterback last year?
No. The reason I'm wearing this...
That's what this is based off of.
Okay. But you're not letting me explain what I'm
wearing. So what are you arguing?
This is it. Because next year, when we come back a year from now and do this podcast again, you can book it that Jimmy G will be top 5 on Madden next year. The guy was a pass away from being Super Bowl MVP, Italian stallion on and off the field, puts up great stats. He's a born winner. He's in a great team, same coach, same system, same coordinators, another weapon, more weapons. He's fine.
More weapons. He lost Emmanuel Sanders, who was their best wide receiver.
Okay, he's got George Kittle, who pretty much, there was an earthquake when he stiff-armed the Saints last year.
That was not an earthquake.
Hey, Kendrick Bourne looked pretty good, man.
Dude, he was... Okay, can we just
Anyways, Jimmy G, though, next year, he's going to be a stud. So, all right, so before we get into the Madden rankings for the top 5 quarterbacks, big news right before we are recording this podcast. What is it, Cory?
No preseason games.
Yes.
So the Bears have no victories this year.
Yes. So, why am I happy?
They have no victories.
Okay, shut up. The reason I'm happy, preseason's
horrible.
It's a joke.
I love football and I cannot watch preseason.
When I was a kid, I loved it. I didn't know any better. Now that I watch it, I feel like I could go out there.
You should try it.
And I probably could. Wanna know why? Because now they're allowing 80 people on the roster for now.
Here's my input on this, though. As much as preseason sucks, there's a lot of players who they weren't drafted, and that's where they get their job is from preseason. They stand out on special teams. Maybe they do good on offense or defense, and they're like, hey, we're going to put them on special teams. Or they find out that they're a developmental project. They have less time to see that now. Yeah. And there's been some gems that have been discovered through preseason.
Yeah, if you're one of the younger players trying to make the roster, or if you're one of those veterans like Chase Daniels or Brian Hoyer who just sticks around.
Okay, let's look at Joe Burrow. He's going to start week 1, and he's never going to have thrown a real NFL pass.
Well,
till week 1. No preseason games. Look at these rookies being thrown out right away. How are they supposed to do good? Come on.
Well, it's new for everyone, but I get what you're saying. Like, first year coaches, a new system, the rookies,
it's a disadvantage.
Yeah. It's like the 2001 lockout, essentially.
Yeah.
But the reason
But I'm going to interrupt you because I'm pretty excited.
Of course you
are. I'm excited about this part. Teams with good coaches, good systems, good locker rooms that have been there for over 10 years. No, pal. The Steelers, the Saints, the Seahawks, the Niners, the Patriots, they're going to have an advantage because they've had great head coaches, great locker rooms, same system for years, veteran leadership, not a high turnover.
Yeah, they didn't have much to change to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So no offense to Brady and the Bucs, but that's going to hurt.
Before we get into what we're talking about today, the only reason for once, any other year I'd be a fan of this, the Bears need a preseason game.
That's what I'm saying. You guys
because we have a quarterback battle. The most important position on the team, we don't know who our quarterback is. Would happen? Like, the football guys just laughing at me?
I am.
We're trying to figure out the quarterback position. The one year you take away preseason when I was finally excited for it.
Yeah, but it's going to be a disadvantage for a lot of people.
So, Cory and I we don't play video games, but everybody loves Madden. I used to play growing up on, like, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I still sucked at it, but Mike Vick was my favorite on the game. And we're going to, they've been making shows out of this. It's like a big thing right now.
Well, they have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, and the players are getting offended by it.
Oh, you see how mad Kyler Murray was upset?
Yeah.
Who else was upset? There was a lot of people upset about the ranking. I know people were upset about Rodgers' ranking.
They had a whole hour-long show about it. So that shows where it's come, the video game, huge, great game anyways. So we're going over the Madden rankings and then how we would rank them.
Who was ranked as the best overall team? I'm just asking.
Dude, okay.
Who was ranked the best team?
It's a video game.
Who was ranked the best team?
Video game's not reality.
We're doing a whole podcast on a video game, so just
Okay,
tell me who was ranked number 1.
The Saints?
The Saints were ranked number 1. That's right. Over the Chiefs, over the Niners. They had the Saints ranked number 1 as the best team.
Oh my God. Madden declared
Best
the
overall
Saints
team.
are
I'm
number
just
1.
saying they got something right.
Okay.
And Kyle, who happened to make the 99 club at wide receiver?
Yeah, because he probably tweeted.
You can't guard him. You can't guard Mike, baby. This is all defenders see all day.
Again, I will say.
You could talk about slants. He has the best stats if you take away all slant catches. Still has 119 catches. That's right. I said it. He doesn't just run slants. If you guys want to argue, he gets the ball thrown to him all the time. He had like 5 or 6 drops with 149 catches. If you know the ball's going to him, then guard him. Then stop him. But you can't. You cannot guard him. He could tell you what route he's running, and he's going to catch it. He's proven this year in and year out. He's breaking every wide receiver record through their first 4 seasons. He is the best receiver in football. He's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. It doesn't matter. He produces.
Nothing to do with
it. It has everything to do with it. He's in the 99 club. Can't guard Mike. Shout out Mike Thomas, best wide receiver in NFL.
He's the most productive, but he is annoying. Like, learn.
I don't care.
Stop being a 12-year-old high school girl.
They all do it, Kyle.
Stop being a twitty.
They all tweet.
Anyways, so top 5 quarterbacks according to.
Wait, time out. So here's what we're doing. Kyle, you had to explain here. They had a top 5 list of quarterbacks. Me and Kyle are looking at this list, and it goes based off of last year. And we're going to give you our top 5 list based off of last season. And we're going to kind of base ours off of this season, too, I think. But we're going to kind of talk about what we like with their list, what we don't, and we'll compare them.
And we'll explain why we chose what we did. So they have for number 1, Pat Mahomes. Any objection to that, Corey?
As much as I love Drew, Breezes Christ, praise Breezes, the greatest quarterback, the GOAT, legend, Louisiana legend. Right now, based off last season and based off what's happened the past 2 seasons, yeah, Pat Mahomes is number 1 quarterback.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, okay.
Let's be real, no bias.
We're not going to keep hammering the stats because we've gone over them when we went over
the episode.
But let's just say, just quickly, voted the SB ESPN Awards, biggest awards, voted the best player in the whole NFL. Largest contract in the whole NFL. So he's the face of the league.
Largest contract in NFL history.
Yeah. 2 years in the league, All-Pro,
3 years,
Pro Bowler.
Well,
2 years starting.
Yeah.
But Pro Bowler each year. All-Pro quarterback,
MVP,
Super Bowl MVP, League MVP. I mean, is there anything missing that he hasn't done? He's come back down by like 20 a couple times. I mean,
when you watch them play, there's no lead that's too big. He looks like how Aaron Rodgers looked for a 3 or 4 year span when everyone said that he was the best quarterback. But he also slings it like Brett Favre.
Yeah.
So I think if you combine 2 Packers legends, you get Pat Mahomes. And it's just, he's fun to watch. He's like a little kid.
Who doesn't like him? Like, does he give anybody a reason to be like, I hate Pat Mahomes?
I think it's
unless the Chiefs are in your division.
Oh yeah, and the game is so easy for him that I swear to God, he's like, I'm gonna go close my eyes and throw this ball. Let me look the other way. Like he has fun with it.
It's fun watching him. Like if there's no fans this year, but if you could go out and watch him throw passes and warm up, you would. You'd go early to watch him.
I don't think anyone argued that he should have been number 1 on the list. If you did, stop listening to this.
He's the best all-around quarterback. Great face of the franchise. If you're a football fan, you have to love Mahomes. You got to be happy about that contract. You could be in the league for a decade.
It's like you with Brett Favre. You hated Brett Favre when you played, but now you like him.
Yeah, now
I mean, he was fun to watch. Yeah. I know he was on your rival. You hated him, but it's just that's how Mahomes.
He was fun, and I respect what he did for the game. So number 2, they have Russell Wilson. I'll go into that because I have him later in my list. I have Lamar Jackson.
All right, let's debate.
Reason being, okay, Lamar Jackson, reigning MVP. He's gotten better each season. So he's brought the Ravens to the postseason the last 2 years. His passing has gotten better each season. He is the reigning league MVP. He's not. Look at the stats.
You're running out of stats.
Well,
bro.
I was going to say. Look at the amount of touchdowns he had last year. He wasn't just a running quarterback. When people say that, dude, he had one game against the Patriots or something on like Sunday, Monday night. He already had like 4 touchdowns by like halftime, and they were passing. I
want to start off with first things.
And he had no receivers besides Hollywood Brown.
He has a lot of haters.
He added the receiver from Notre Dame.
He's proving every hater wrong. Whether that was going into the draft, on the mock drafts, whether that was he can't be an NFL quarterback, even after his rookie season, he's not good enough. He's going to get injured. He's going to be RG3 Jr. I mean, shout out Tyler Hooten, who just hates Lamar Jackson for some reason. The guy won MVP. I mean, get over it. He's a heck of a quarterback. We all were obsessed with Mike Vick when we were kids. Look at his stats compared to Mike Vick. He can run. He can throw. He can do it all. Defensive coordinators have nightmares over him. They don't know how to game plan over him. They were the best team in the regular season last year.
Another year under the offensive system.
Another
year under his belt.
I could see him being top 3, but right now I think Russell Wilson's better.
No, but this is why.
Based off
this is
you're
really
going based off last year.
I went based off of for Madden for a video game. If you're choosing a quarterback in Madden, you're playing your buddy, you're going to pick the guy, because who did everyone choose? And everyone's like, it's unfair. When you chose Mike Vick, am I not right?
Okay, so you're going strictly off.
So I went off of, this is where we differ on this one.
I'm going off of last season.
Yeah. I'm going off of Madden and last year because he won MVP.
Okay,
and then for Madden, who's going to want to guard freaking Lamar Jackson when he could run better than half the running backs in the league?
Demario Davis.
He's Mike Vick 2.0, and Mike Vick is the best Madden quarterback ever.
Well,
at least he's the most fun to play with.
Okay,
he's the most fun to play with. That's what I mean.
But
come on, man. He's Mike Vick on steroids for Madden.
So you do agree Russell Wilson
is a better quarterback? Yeah, okay, right now in his career. But if we're talking about Madden rankings, that's where I went with it.
Okay, because I was going to say, I agree with everything you said about Jackson.
I mean, he's younger. I think he's on a better team than Seattle, too. Just as good a coach. They have top 5 tight ends, top 5 running attack, including him, obviously, and the running backs. And then they also added, like I said, the receiver from Notre Dame to go with the speed of Hollywood Brown.
What do you got next?
Okay, so next, this is where I flipped him. I have Russell Wilson at 3. So this is where it gets weird because like I just said, I put Jackson at 2 but I did that because his performance, he was MVP, and if you're choosing for man-wise.
So just say you put him at 2. You just said both points. Well, you used man as your excuse last time. Now you're saying
I put him at 2. Russell Wilson at 3.
Well, Russell Wilson's number 2.
I'm fine with that. I love Russell Wilson.
He's number 2.
Okay, I got him at 3.
He's a better player.
Well, reason being, he's one of the best quarterbacks of the whole decade, and he's not slowing down. Last year was statistically the best year he's had. Statistically, so he's getting better.
Your point, what you just said about Jackson, is actually proving my point for Wilson.
Because he's like Houdini?
Because, well, kind of, but you were saying how Baltimore is a better team. It's true. Seattle has no business being as good as they are. Russell Wilson is like...
They don't rebuild with him.
Yes.
They just retool.
They went from having a Legion of Boom to basically Russell Wilson carrying that franchise.
Yeah. Well, and 2, he has some more weapons and are trying to get protection for him. He's got the 3-headed monster in the backfield. They're going to be healthy.
Huge.
Yeah, Metcalf.
Lockett's good when
healthy. I'm going to choose Metcalf early in fantasy, hopefully. That guy's amazing. Yep, you got Lockett. Moore can come up a couple plays, but they also brought in Greg Olsen. You got Disley and Hollister. So
Disley was good before he got injured.
And Greg Olsen.
Well, the thing with Wilson, too, when we talk about Mahomes and Jackson being able to scramble and get out of the pocket, that's what Wilson is, too. They were looking at him. I don't know if they signed him, but Wilson, literally, that guy he makes plays out
of nothing. There's nothing he can't do. He's amazing. He's finally getting the recognition he has deserved. So that's why I had him at 3. I just went with the 2 hot young quarterbacks, the studs, for the game, too. You got the 2 young, future of the league right now, too. Wilson's not going anywhere, though. Like I said, he's getting better. Quick points, dude. So what? He started for 8 years, Pro Bowl 7 of those years, playoff 7 of those years. Most touchdowns all time in the first 7 seasons as a starter, tied with Roethlisberger.
Well, look at the amount of wins, too.
Yep. And also, I hate Aaron Rodgers. He's the only one who has a higher passer rating in his career. He has a passer rating of over 100. He's the only one ever is Aaron Rodgers above Russell Wilson.
He's slowly passing Aaron Rodgers in a lot of the statistical categories and obviously winning. And it's just low key because people don't talk about Wilson like they do Rodgers.
And the thing is, like we said, he's finally getting recognition. He's getting better. Great organization, coaching staff. They're supplying him with more weapons finally. So I think he's right now, he's in the peak of his career, I think. So he's still got 3 good years where we're going to see the best of him.
And look how late players are playing into it. It's an offensive game now. The rules help the offensive players. Look at Breeze and Brady.
Yeah, so that, we just flip-flopped those because they had Lamar Jackson 3, Wilson 2.
I didn't have Jackson 3.
Who'd you have?
I had Jackson 4. Okay. I had, as my shirt shows, Kyle, is this a goat?
Well, that's fine.
Kyle, what is this?
That would be, it looks like a sheep.
Is that a goat?
If it is, it should be flip the 96.
That is the greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. You could say Joe Burrow in college, Drew Brees in NFL. Now, I had Drew Brees at number 3 because, let's be realistic, love the guy to death, like I said, favorite player all the time, role model. I had to put him at 3, though, because I think you do have to put Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes ahead of him.
Yeah, so it's actually a perfect time to talk about Brees, though, Corey.
You had him at 4?
Well, so Madden, we're on number 4 for Madden. They have him at 4.
Okay.
So again, so far, Madden has Mahomes 1. Me and Corey have Mahomes 1. Madden has Russell Wilson 2. Corey has Wilson 2. I have Lamar Jackson 2.
Yep.
Madden has Lamar Jackson number 3. I have Russell Wilson 3. Corey has Drew Brees 3.
Yep.
Now we're on to Madden number 4. they have Drew Brees at 4, and Corey had him at 3. So we'll just talk about Brees anyways. Like he was just saying. So I put Drew Brees. I had him actually at 5 instead of 4, but he's in all the top 5. Madden, well, he's in Madden's top 5, Corey's top 5, my top 5. Reason being, when people are like, "Oh,
everybody just watched the Minnesota game, and that's all they base off of his last season."
Well, the thing is,
they have no idea how good of a season he had. Did you watch the Colts game? 1 incompletion.
The thing is with Drew Brees, he's the most productive and most accurate quarterback in the history of the NFL. He's still playing at a Pro Bowl level.
Led the league in completion percentage.
The offense is still in place. Kamara's healthier. Sean Payton's still there. They're going nowhere.
Emmanuel Sanders,
and they added Emmanuel
Mike
Sanders.
Thomas.
Enough said. So you have the most productive quarterback in history with the currently most productive receiver, and you brought in Emmanuel Sanders, who helped catapult the Niners to Super Bowl last year.
And he's been in a Super Bowl in every team he's been
on. How can he not be in your top 5? Because
Kamara's healthy.
Because you could say his arm strength, whatever, but he still hasn't slowed down to the fact where he's putting up numbers.
People nitpick.
He's still putting up numbers and putting up victories.
People nitpick when it comes to Brees. He's not the most exciting, fun to watch for people.
Because it's like robotic. It's just like Peyton Manning, dude. He just carves the defense. You expect it.
If you took his season last year in stats and took Brady's and compared them and didn't put the name next to the players, it would be a joke how much better Brees played. Yeah, so it's just the name.
So that's for Madden, Brees is at 4, for Corey 3, for me 5. So now we're going to go over the last ranking for Madden. They have Tom Brady at number 5. Corey, is he in your top 5?
Nope.
No? Okay.
He didn't have a good season.
He's not in my top 5 either. We'll cover Brady since they put him in their top 5, and then I'll go over who
I had a barn last year.
So they have Tom Brady top 5, where I could see where they're coming from. He is the most
weapons
accomplished. So we said Drew Brees is the most productive, but most accomplished because he played a game to win Lombardi. He's won 6 of them, been to 9 or 10 Super Bowls. He's the most accomplished. He's won 6 Lombardis. He's won all these MVPs. He's clutch, and he's always played in a system where he never had that much talent, honestly.
And I hate hearing the term system quarterback because every quarterback's a system quarterback. Well, they're all in a system. I'm sorry, but that's a system. That is an excuse for nitpicking.
Yeah, but 53-man game day roster too. So yes, it's a team sport.
They're all in
a system. You need a good coach. You need this. But besides the point, so he's the most accomplished quarterback of all time. If you're going off why you play the game, he's the GOAT. Off of that,
my shirt says otherwise.
Well, that's why I could see why they left him in there. And then also
they left him in there because of his name.
Well, yeah, but the reason being, you were the one who's saying you're also looking at this next year, dude. He's the most successful quarterback in NFL history, and he's going on a team with the most weapons he's ever had in his 20 years.
Okay,
ever. By far the most weapons.
That team has to play us twice a year.
Okay, but you could argue why they put him there.
Yeah,
it's the most weapons. Dude, he has 3 tight ends. He's got 2 top 10 receivers, 2 top 10. They even have Tyler Johnson from Minnesota. People forget they got him. And they got the running back who used to be on U of I, who was good now on to Vanderbilt. So they got protection. I mean, they have Bruce Arians, a cute quarterback whisperer.
So who did you put at 5?
So, because I had Brees at 5, so I had 4.
Oh,
the different one though. But at 4,
who the heck did you put ahead of Brees?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh my God, who's he throwing to? If you want to go off
my point exactly. Look what he does. There's no one to throw to.
Kenny Stills.
He has no one to throw to.
Who's the other guy that can't stay healthy? I don't even know who their receiver is.
Their whole receiving core can't. They have Stills and Cobb, and then Cook. They have Cook from the Saints.
And Kiki Couture.
The short dude from the Saints who keeps going to a new team every freaking year.
Oh, Brandon Cooks. Yeah, that guy's a walking concussion.
Well, so they have
great talent.
Dude, they have 3 receivers who could all be easily Pro Bowlers. But can any of them stay healthy?
No.
I mean, even Kuti and then the guy from Notre Dame who gets like a 100-yard game.
Bowler.
Yeah. Then he's
that guy's one of the best deep ball route runners in the league, but he can't stay healthy.
So they're like the Eagles walking medical tent, I guess. But the reason I put him in there, that's half the reason I did. Because, again, this is where I kind of correlated with how he's done. And then he's at the peak of his career. He's still young. And also, if you're going towards the man rankings with video game-wise, you like Watson. I mean, dude, the guy, he's that young, flashy quarterback he's like the Houdini back there. He's he's pretty mobile. He had that play last year in the playoffs that was ridiculous against Chiefs. Like, they don't protect him. They don't give him, Bill Bryant's trying to get Watson to leave town, which I would kill for the Bears to have made the obvious choice, Ryan Pace, I'm talking to you, of drafting Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
If you have 2 eyes, if you could see, if you know what a football looks like, then you know you should have took Deshaun Watson. This is not hindsight. Pat Mahomes is hindsight. A lot of teams would have passed him. Deshaun Watson was right there, but instead, no, Ryan Pace, let's go draft a kid who went mediocre at a basketball school instead of somebody in the same conference.
This is not your therapy.
Who is a leader.
This is not therapy.
Okay.
Anyways, I could see him being like a Russell Wilson, how he plays and what he's already doing with low talent.
He's a stud.
But he's not in my top 5 because he doesn't have that talent, because what surrounds him. I'm switching Brady for Aaron Rodgers.
What?
And here's why. Before you ramble.
Drugs?
Before you ramble. If you're going to take someone based off reputation and name like we are with Brady, you have to take Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Aaron Rodgers was Pat Mahomes before Pat Mahomes.
Okay, that was like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay, it was
this
not.
Is Madden.
Hey, wait,
this Madden 2020, not Madden
done yet.
2010.
If you're going off a man, like you keep saying, know they're going to have Aaron Rodgers be good. The guy can he can still sling the ball.
To who?
He never turns it over.
Because he's afraid to take a risk.
If you watch the games, he's declining.
No risk and no biscuit. That's why Arians doesn't want to go there.
His stats are staying the same. He's declining in play, missing throws he used to not, but he's aging. But his decline is still better in the majority of the league. That's my argument. He's still a top 5 quarterback.
Let me ask you a question.
He is.
Let me ask you a question, because this is the game now, not this isn't a career thing. Would you if you could start a team, would you take Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers? Be honest with me, right now in their career. Just right now for next year.
For next season?
Yep.
I take Aaron Rodgers for
what?
next season. For next season?
Oh my God.
To win a Super Bowl?
Dude, I just lost brain cells.
To win a Super Bowl next year.
I just lost brain cells.
You want to take Aaron Rodgers?
Hell no. I wouldn't take Aaron Rodgers with the 32nd pick of the first round.
If Aaron Rodgers signed with the Bears, you'd be repping his jersey.
Yeah, well, he hasn't, so.
You would be. Okay. You would love Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to finish with this. Where was I going with that? God, you just made me just lose my whole, you just threw me off there with that. But,
I don't know, other quarterbacks or something?
No, it was something it was like my last valid, like my point of why I took Deshaun Watson, of something he's done in the NFL so far, which just kind of solidifies why he's in my top 5. Oh, crap.
All right.
Didn't he go playoffs both times with them?
Point proven.
But I literally lost my train of thought after you just threw me that. So I was going to say 2 quick points. If it comes back to me, I'll talk about it with Watson. But 2 quick things for there. So Madden's top 5 again was Mahomes 1, Russell Wilson 2, Lamar Jackson 3, Breeze 4, Brady 5. I see why they put Breeze and Brady in. I see the other 3 too. Obviously Wilson and then Mahomes and Lamar, last 2 MVPs. So for me, I was looking at their top 10. I was kind of, it's just what I noticed looking over it. I was like, Brady and Rodgers were both above Watson and Prescott. Do you agree with that?
Wait. Brady and Rodgers were ahead of who?
Both above Prescott and Deshaun Watson.
Okay, I think.
Who should have been a Pro Bowler last year? Prescott or Rodgers?
Prescott. I think Prescott.
He had a better year.
And Watson were better than Brady last year.
Thank you.
They were.
And Rodgers.
If you take away their name. Last year, you could argue that Prescott was
Kirk
better than
Cousins
Rodgers.
could have went to the Pro Bowl above Rodgers.
Prescott was better than Rodgers last year. I know fans are going to get pissed, especially because Dallas and Green Bay hate each other. But I wouldn't say Watson's last season was better. I think he has more potential than Rodgers, but he just doesn't have the surrounding talent.
But dude, he still performs.
I know he's gonna be better. I think.
Plays like what we all witnessed against the Chiefs when he just threw that touchdown at the end of half when he got drilled. That just shows
it's not his fault. No. But if we're going based on who he has around him, Rodgers is better than him.
I know he needs
even with just Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, Rodgers has better talent than the Texans, in my opinion.
Okay, so I know my point now again with Watson. If he was on the Chiefs, I feel like he could almost do exactly what
I've said this, and everyone argues that with me.
He could do exactly what Mahomes did. Maybe not the same, but almost.
Deshaun Watson's rookie year was one of the best seasons we've ever seen until he got
that's my point. Dude, if Watson was on the Bears, we would have won a Super Bowl already.
Give Deshaun Watson Andy Reid. Give him those track star athletes.
He has a horrible coach. He has no line, and he has an injury-plagued wide receiving core, and they got rid of
Houston should be thinking they're lucky stars. That guy's still there.
So I was kind of iffy on that. And then the last thing I wanted to throw out, I know it's 1 year in, but no Kyler Murray in the top 10, especially if you're talking Madden. Madden, dude, who would want to play against Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray's going to be good.
He's dual threat.
You're buying into recency bias and the hype.
Well, yeah, this is a recent game. It's coming out now.
Well, he does have the number 2 best receiver in the league, D-Hop.
And the best of the past decade with Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
And then you got the air raid offense. I mean, I don't know. I figured maybe those are my only
bones.
They need a better
offensive line.
Those are my bones to pick, and then they have Trubisky at like 32, so screw whoever does those rankings.
Pretty good list.
He'll prove them wrong. So that's what we got for that, Corey. Again, so we just went over their list. Mine was Mahomes 1, Jackson 2, Wilson 3, Watson 4, Breeze 5. So besides like switching some, the only difference was I had Watson in instead of Brady.
I had Mahomes, Wilson, Drew Brees, Lamar Jackson, and I had Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So which position do you want to cover next?
We'll go over running backs next.
Running backs. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. So next week we'll look at the list again. We'll kind of break down. We'll go over our top 5 for running backs, their top 5, and we'll explain again. Like some of them, I did rankings based off of if I was playing Madden, would you want to go against this running back? But then also we went over what they did last year,
Alvin Kamara,
what we think they're going to do this year. So we'll explain again what we did. But yeah. So that's our rankings again. Tune in to baseball this week. Sports are returning. That's exciting, Corey.
Yep.
Sports are returning. Sorry, scrubs. Go White Sox. Jimmy G, IU. Bear down my Bear
go
Leavers.
Saints, who dat.
Thanks for listening.